the first graphic novel competition has been like amazing for me because it got me a publishing contract. I've also been a judge, so I was a judge a few years ago. I'm a doctor, my books are about being a doctor. They're kind of loosely based on real life, not necessarily things that happen as they happen, but things that I could see happening or imagine happening.
Hopefully there are people sitting here in the audience tonight might enter the competition, might get shortlisted for the competition. I just hope that it's been an inspirational event.
I've been shortlisted twice for the first graphic novel competition. How the Noisy Valley came about, it's like a collection of stories, true stories of protest from the Rhondda Valley.
So is the book now finished?
Nearly. I've got about 5 pages left to draw.
Whoa.
And then it's complete. Yeah, it feels good.
How long did it take?
Well, as I said, when I started, I thought it was going to be a really quick comic. I think we're nearly coming up to the 3-year mark now.
My favourite type of graphic novels really are inspired by real life. Whatever kind of like bit of your life that you find interesting, I think it's good to kind of like plough that into the work.
And the sort of progress, like looking back at the entry that I made, the difference now, having had a couple of years to sort of work on it.
So if you could have like a little time machine and go back a couple of years, what would you say to yourself?
Keep going, do more, it'll be okay. Just do it. Just do it. Just apply. It's definitely ready. Wherever you're at, it's ready.
Keep plodding on because, every hour that you put into it is another hour near the finish line. I think like the only way to get really good at drawing is to draw every day and to find your own style as well, and not to worry about imitating anybody else's style, because actually style is something that almost feels like it's inside you and you can't fight it. It's going to come out one way or the other. A little tip that I've heard other graphic novelists use is that they don't start on page 1, so they start drawing in the middle, so they save the first few pages till the end.
My first graphic novel, The Bad Doctor, was published as a result of me entering the first graphic novel competition, and I was shortlisted, and that year I think 3 or 4 of the shortlisted entries were published, so that got me a publishing contract with Myriad. Then I followed up with The Lady Doctor, and then I'm working on the 3rd graphic novel now, which is called The Sick Doctor. If you've got a graphic novel in you, sort of try and work it out, work out some 15 to 20 pages of it with a synopsis, and enter the competition, because you never know where it will take you.
If you look at the popularity of comics, it increases year on year. If you look at media in general, if you look at the top 10 programs shown on streaming sites like Netflix and Disney, a number of them are based on comics. If you look at the top 10 of the cinema box office, a number of those are comic book adaptations.
I feel like I got everything I needed to get out of the award. I think that the most important thing really was the confidence to just sort of keep going. And I think one of the things that I really liked about this process was going to the awards ceremony and sort of just getting a chance to actually talk to the judges, and they're like, "Oh, you're the one with the blue book," and it was just really nice to connect with those people and talk to them about my ideas.
It's a daunting art form because you have to be good at writing a story, you have to be reasonable at drawing. There's all sorts of considerations like lettering, where do you put the speech bubbles and so on. But I suppose, don't be intimidated. If you look at the comics that people put out in the underground scene, there's a lot of self-publishing. There's a lot of people doing very rudimentary drawings and still coming up with fantastic comics. There's no need to be the very top of your game and to be really perfect at comic making or drawing. Just, put your heart into it and give it a go. And the only way that you can finish a graphic novel is to take it page by page.